Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Friday. So yesterday's video was a little shorter because I had like many things going on. So thank you for all of you who did um, watch that one. And so here we are today. It is Friday. It is nice out. It is beautiful out actually. It's June 18th. So, guys, I hope you are going to be able to enjoy this day wherever you are or whenever you're seeing this video. Because remember, these are daily messages. So, um, if you're being brought to it on not the day that I recorded it, on a very different day, it could be that the message is the message you need that day. So, that's why I stopped calling them very specific and left it very open, because sometimes we're brought to a message we need when we need it, not necessarily when it happened. And it's happened to me on more than one occasion, so I know what happens. Good morning, Kara. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, so I'm still, this is my second cup of coffee for those of you who commented on my picture this morning. I did. I literally caught myself standing there watching it percolate, going, okay, come on. Come on. I'm like, oh, this could be rough. This could be rough if I can't even, get through waiting for the coffee to percolate. So I just have to thank all of you who have been really showering me with kind words this week. Thank you, thank you. It really means a lot. Good morning, Karen, and much love to your dad. It really means a lot. And the referrals mean a tremendous, that you are benefiting in such a way that you want to share that. So I completely appreciate each and every one of you. Even if you're on the background and you don't say anything and you just watch me, thank you for being here. Thank you. I do feel you. I do feel you. All right, so go ahead, guys. Take a nice deep breath, and we're going to ask the angels for the most beneficial message for this Friday. Thank you. Good morning, Jen. It's been a minute. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Oh, wrong box. All right. Well, the first card that came out, and this doesn't surprise me, is the Earth Star Chakra, because I'm going to go on ground when we're done here. I'm actually going to jump in my car and go to the lake and take a walk. So I'm going to throw my hair up and get out there and ground. So for those of you who are really feeling out of sorts and feeling like you're overwhelmed, things are too much, it's about stepping out and really getting in connection with Mother Gaia, because we are so connected to the earth, to the universe. It's all one. And so when you're feeling disconnected, it creates this feeling of out of sorts or not being able to deal. Hello, Rachel. Welcome. So we can feel like things are flowing over. We can feel like it's too much. It's too many people want our attention. Too much energy is being taken from us. It's too much. And so it is time to get into grounding and get into connection, because it's time. It's time for you to start feeling grounded and powerful, empowered. That's what I'm getting from these two cards. Like, it's time to feel empowered, okay? Because we are now coming into this time of victory. We are coming into this time of receiving. And for some of you, it's coming into a time of receiving in a way that maybe you haven't been receiving for the past 2 or 3 years. Maybe you've been striving and fighting and pushing and trying, and you didn't feel like you were receiving, or the universe didn't hear you, or you were being left back. Slow and steady wins the race, and that's what I feel like. I feel like the progress that you've been making is now it's time for you to start receiving. So just know that goal, that aim that's over there, it's getting closer and closer. So keep taking the steps, keep making the moves, keep doing what you need to do for yourself. because it is time to come into unity. It is time to come into partnership. So for some of you, it's coming into a new partnership. It's coming into a new relationship. It's coming into new season of new people, new tribe. So just know that we're never alone. And for some of us, you're coming into unity with your divinity. You're coming into the unity of what you have inside of you that you're tapping into, turning on, tuning into, that is for you. So getting in connection with your team of guides, angels, and ascended masters, really feeling the nudges and the spirit communication that's giving you the alignment that's bringing you to the manifestation of your dreams. And so for some of you, it's going to be the manifestation of a relationship. It's going to be the manifestation of a job. It's going to be the manifestation of a tribe. So you're all coming into what it is you've been trying to manifest. And it's because you've dropped down into your heart. It's because you're now loving yourself in a way that you're feeling empowered. And for those of you who aren't there yet, just know that it's coming. So keep moving forward. Keep taking the steps. Keep allowing yourself to step back when you need to. Take the time that you need to. Read the inspirational material that you need to. Listen to the meditations that you need to. Becoming selfish in a way that's beneficial. Because that's what I'm feeling for you all, that now we're coming into this time of receiving. We're coming into the victory of ourselves. We're coming into the victory of what the energy we've been putting out there, what we've been manifesting and working towards. And for some of you, you're just getting on the path, and that's okay. For some of you, you feel like you've been on it forever. You've been joining up the dots. The universe has been joining up the dots behind the scenes. In the second half of this year, you're going to start feeling the physical manifestation of these things, whether it's meeting that person that really makes a difference, whether that's getting the job that you've been thinking it was just out of reach. For some of you, it's going to be like, you know what? I'm going to do my own thing. That's not working. And I've always wanted to do this. And now I'm going to step into this. For some of you, it's going to be changing your life completely. You're going to be stepping out of things that no longer serve you. And now you're putting yourself in the space, the energy of what does serve you. And now it's like, there's the magic. That's what I needed to do. I kept trying to do this thing that never worked. I kept trying to force this thing that I thought was for me to work, and it didn't. So for some of you, it's going to be making big leaps of faith. It is going to be taking yourself out of what you thought and going towards that dream, that nudge, that inspiration, dropping down into your heart. Because it's time. Because it's time. Oh, there it is. I want that one. I'm not sure what you're asking, Rachel. If you can reword that, honey, I'll try to answer it for you. So, yeah, it is time. It is time to heal. It is time to keep healing the inner child. It is time to know that divinity within you, that magnificence within you. It is time to love yourself in a way where from the outside, other people around you may think that you're being selfish, like you're just putting up boundaries and they don't like it. And that's okay, because you have to step out and love yourself in a way that maybe you've never even loved yourself before. You've never taken the time to give to yourself before. You've never been there for yourself in the way that you've been there for other people. You've given to other people. So this card brings radical healing, understanding, and love to your inner child. It shows that your guardian angel is wrapping their loving arms around you right now, nurturing your inner child and encouraging you to unleash your childlike senses. See the world through the eyes of a child. There is so much wonder and opportunity out there. It's time for some fun. What can you do to feel light? What can you do to express yourself? Have you stopped yourself from doing something because you feel you're too old for it now? It's time to reclaim your innocence and express yourself in a way that is filled with excitement, wonder, and adventure. It's time for your inner child to be healed. Yeah. You know, for many people, you didn't get that childlike innocence for very long. You had to be responsible, or you were neglected, or something in your childhood just didn't go in a way that allowed you to kind of be creative and feel safe, and enjoy it. And now it is time for you to step out of being there for everyone around you and really being there for yourself. Good morning, darling. Good morning, Dorothy. Oh, Rachel, I do that on Tuesday nights, honey, at 7 o'clock, Tuesday Tarot. Yeah. And if you want an individual reading with me, then I would say book a session, 30 minutes or 60 minutes. And that's all at my services tab at melissaalwatkins.com. Yeah. Hi, Radha. Hey, Marcia. Yeah, so glad it's Friday. Seriously. So what I am going to do for all of you today is I'm going to do a pick a card. So I'm going to hold up 3 cards, and you're going to choose the one that you're drawn to, the one that speaks to you, and then I'm going to read all 3 of those. What time Tuesday in Australia? This same time. My time right now, honey, is 9:35 a.m. All right. So yeah, just if you want to private message me after in about a few minutes, we can set up an appointment. Yeah, no worries. All right, so let's see what we've got here. I'm going to pull up 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. All right, so it's going to go 1, 2, 3. Go ahead and just kind of open up your senses and which one are you being pulled to, 1, 2, or 3. Or the one that's calling to you. All right, here we go. Okay, so you are almost 12 hours. We're about 10 hours apart. Yeah. So it's morning for me and it's nighttime for you. All right, number 1, the storyteller. The storyteller. It is time for you to tell your story. And whenever we're sharing our story, it's going to be really, really important to do that from your place of your heart. That you don't want to come from your ego or your fear, your mental body. Because when you're telling a story from that place, it's coming out with some urgency around it. And that is fear energy that will actually keep people from being able to receive it. But if you can tell it from your heart, from your compassion, then people can hear you, they can feel you, they can resonate with you, they can have compassion for you as well and your story. But for many of you, it is about maybe even just telling the story for yourself, journaling, and writing out, what is you feel is holding you back. Because we all go through things. We all have emotions and traumas and dramas that hold us down. And sometimes we don't understand really what we're holding on to because we can't see the whole thing. But when we write it out, it gets it out of our head. It gets us out of our consciousness, our subconsciousness. And we're able to kind of look at it from that different perspective to help us understand why we went through it, what we've learned from it, and where we need to let it go, where it just no longer serves us anymore. So for many of us, this is about really releasing the stories that we're telling ourselves because they just don't serve us anymore. For a very long time, they maybe kept us safe. Maybe they helped us in some way, but we're beyond that. We don't need that anymore. And so for many of you, it is about really getting clear about what your traumas and your dramas are so that you can start letting them go. You can start not letting them affect you. Now, for some of you, this might be about writing your story. Maybe some of you feel like you have a book inside of you. Maybe some of you feel like you really want to start that blog because people can really start learning from all the lessons you've learned, and you're being called to share that. So for some of you, a handful of you, it could be about really writing things out in a way that you can share it so that people can also benefit from it. So, number one, that is the storyteller. Number two, a tall tale. For some of us, we want to be seen. And so that brings us to maybe embellishing or being over the top, being dramatic. Because if we've not been seen or heard by the people that we want to be seen or heard by, then we want to grab that from everybody. We don't want to be ignored. We don't want to be looked over. And so we end up saying things or being and doing in a way that is over the top. It is a little much. And for some of us, it might be changing the story, changing the truth into a little bit of a falsehood. To make the story more dramatic, to make the story more bigger. Because when we don't feel good about ourselves, we want people to make us feel good. And so buying into saying and being and doing what other people think we should say and be and do to get that attention, it might be time to really kind of recognize that within yourself. You know, where am I telling a tall tale? Even to myself. Am I embellishing things that happen to me so that I can play the victim in my story, so that I can get the sympathy, I can get the accolade, I can get the attention? Maybe it's time now to heal that part of myself so that I can come across more compassionately, more authentically, and be more authentically who I am. All right. So for some of you, it's about really stepping back and looking at how you talk to yourself and how you present information to others. And maybe I got to step that back a little, and I really got to drop down into my heart and be vulnerable, share the truth, not feel like I've got to put on the show. I've got to put on that armor of who people want me to be. I can just be myself. And those people who maybe aren't appreciating who I truly am versus who they thought I was, they can go. Thank you. Nice knowing you. Because the people who truly love you authentically, they will be there. At the end of the day, they will be there. It's time to be authentically you. Love yourself. Hey, Nicole. Hello. And if you chose number 3, it is time. You are bearing fruit. Things are starting to appear. Things are starting to work out. Things are starting to come to you. So keep doing what you're doing, taking the steps, and the universe is going to start showing up the things that you've been wanting or feeling you needed to help. And for some of you, it is going to be the intuition. For some of you, it is going to be spirit communication. For some of you, it is going to be that knowingness that really feels like you can't ignore it anymore because they're trying to put you in alignment for what is for you. And you've been putting on the brakes going, oh, that's too scary. That's too uncomfortable. No, 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 no. And spirit's like, yeah, it's time. It's time. We've got you. We've got you. We're here for you. You're safe. Look at that spirit in the tree. That's how connected we all are. So for some of you who are trying to take those steps and it feels really, really uncomfortable, get grounded. Get grounded. Take a salt bath. Get out on the earth. Feel the connection, feel the knowingness that you're not alone, because things are going to start coming to you. And, they might start coming to you in a way that it feels overwhelming because it's like they're showing up really fast. And it's not really that they're showing up fast. It's just they've been in progress for a long time and they're all coming together at the same time. So if you're not ready to receive, it will feel like way overwhelming, way scary. And spirit and the earth is like, no, we've got you. We've got you. You're safe. This is where you're supposed to be. This is for you. All you've got to do is say thank you and receive it and take the steps that you're being led to, because those are the steps that are for you. It's all good. It's all good. I love it. I love it. So that's what I have all for you on a Friday. Thank you for being here. I appreciate all of you. I really do. I really, really do. When you do something that you just do on your own, it can get a little isolating sometimes. It can get a little lonely, and you can get into that place of, does it matter? So it's really, really nice when you receive the feedback. So I appreciate it. I really do. All right, guys. Oh, you're very welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, guys, have a beautiful rest of your Friday. Please set your intention for whatever you want to happen this weekend. So I am going to request a most benevolent outcome for my weekend. Whatever happens, whatever goes on, whatever I choose to do, whatever I choose not to do. And also, tomorrow morning, Sheila and I will be on Coffee with Sheila and Melissa at 10 o'clock. And we're going to talk about energy psychology, what that is, and how that's playing out in your life at this time. So for many of you, you're feeling the energies, and it's a lot. It's overwhelming, and you're really not sure. So join us. Join us for that conversation tomorrow. Ask your questions. Bring your questions. So we'll be right here tomorrow at 10 o'clock for Coffee with Sheila and Melissa. I'm looking forward to it. We missed last week, so this will be nice to get back into routine, into rhythm. So I'm sending you so many blessings and so much love, and we'll talk to you soon, guys. Have a beautiful day. Bye.